Hello, everybody. We should be live now, hopefully. Let's do the thing again where we got hearts in the chat. I think everybody started off really fun last time when we did that. Let us know that we're live and send us a bunch of hearts. Welcome to Lady Coding Happy Hour, the hour where I entertain the chat and my amazing co-host, this hand, does some really smart stuff. My name is Maria Gabriela Ochoa Perez Waechter, and today I will be drinking this amber ale. It is actually from Charleston, South Carolina, Kiowa Island. It's from a local Palmetto Brewing Company, and where my in-laws just got married a couple weeks ago. It was really nice.
Very cool. That sounds delicious. I'm Ashley Snyder. ServiceNow Developer, Virginia Tech. Been working on ServiceNow for a little over 5 years now. You guys saw me on the last live coding happy hour. And today I am drinking, let's see if I can get this in the camera, Run Wild IPA by Athletic Brewing. They're based out of Connecticut somewhere. I've never been to Connecticut, but the beer is pretty good.
Cheers. I've never tried this beer. Oh, and it's doing a thing. Also, I totally forgot to finish my introduction. That's just how amazing I am. I work over at Clear Sky as a senior developer. I do all the UI and UX stuff, which really means that I just kind of stare at CSS and try to intimidate the padding into working. So what are we gonna do today, Ashley?
So we're gonna hopefully finish up the developer MVP directory app. We'll see how far we get. Let me go ahead. I can share. It's just us. There's no one else here. So I'm going to go ahead and share and kind of walk you guys through what we did last time. So
just us. Absolutely no interns behind the curtain.
So if you guys can see my screen, you should be seeing the developer MVP directory app that we worked on last time.
We got you.
You got it? You can see it?
Yes, ma'am. Cool.
So this is how far we got. So kind of a recap. What we did is we have a table that extends this user instead of, we're not extending it, we reference it. Sorry, we reference this user as part of best practice instead of extending it. So kind of rework that in case we do launch this app and let folks download it. Then we created a portal experience, and we have a landing page here with a data set component. And we created an EVAM definition in order to get data from our table into our component. And we use the data resource to kind of link that all together. And then finally, we set a theme for our experience. And this is kind of where we got last time. And what we want to do today is basically right now, if you click on this, nothing happens. We want to build the page. Basically, if you click on a card, it goes into that user profile or whatever and gives you more information. And then if we have time, we want to make this button do something. We've created a little a game based upon our fun facts that we have in our cards in our table. And I've created like a survey or a quiz that you can go in and take after you've kind of read through all of our information. So, you know, that's the last thing we'll be doing if we have time, but I can go ahead and get started here. We're gonna go ahead and start with setting up a few things. I'm gonna go ahead and copy this table name because I'm gonna need it later.
And remember, y'all, if you want to see us back, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, send us mail, name your firstborn children after us, all the usual YouTube things, you know? Like us on all the social media.
All right, cool. So we're gonna go ahead, let's create a page first off. We're in our right scope and everything. Everything looks good so far. No messages or anything, so that's great. We're gonna go ahead and just name this info. And I'm not gonna give it a template, so I'm just gonna be a blank page for now.
I don't know if it's sad or funny that no message is a good sign.
And for this one, I'm gonna go ahead and give it actually a required parameter because I need to pass something to it. So I'm gonna pass this ID to it. Because we need that information in order to show the data from the table. So we got that. Cool. Next, I'm gonna go back to the home page real quick and just finish a few more things we'll need. That's basically to create a few events here. So I'm going to create a handled event and I'm going to call it like open MVP or something like that. And I do want to pass it sys ID as well. Now we'll leave that blank. And the last thing I want to do is create an event mapping. So basically what we're doing is telling once that card is clicked, once one of these cards are clicked, to link to the info page with this ID, to kind of just put it into like simpler terms. Let's see, what payload? Yeah, we want payload sys ID. Cool. So I think we're good here on our homepage. So I'm going to start setting up our info page. This is kind of going to take a little bit because I'm just going to be setting up a lot of fields and stuff. So feel free to banter or anything or chat or any questions that you may have during this time. I'm just going to be setting up a few things here. So I'm going to go ahead and
in
set
the
up.
chat. Chuck has officially promised to name his first grandchildren after us. I don't know how his kids are going to feel about that, but it's solidified now in LCHH history. And apparently his first child's middle name is Marie. And I responded with, that's close enough for government work. Funny story. Turns out that since I naturalized into the United States back in like 2008, and I became a full-fledged resident. I don't remember the dates, I was super young. The Social Security Administration got my date of birth completely wrong because outside of America, it's day, month, year. But in the United States, it's month, day, year. So when I went to file my taxes, they wouldn't accept my taxes as a grown-up because they were like, your credentials don't match. And it turns out this whole time my birthday was May 7th instead of July 5th. So close enough for government work really means it really hits home for me, you know?
That's crazy. That sounds like a mess. I don't know if I can do that.
Awful. It's already messy enough with my 17 names, you know? Throwing in a bad birthday was awful. Earl says that you're the true MVP for working through my silly storytelling.
So I'm just setting up some like different containers here, trying to make it look nice. This isn't like anything special, and could more work probably be done to this after we're done? Yes. I'm just trying to get somewhere here today by just like setting an initial layout for information. So just to kind of tell you guys what I'm doing.
And that's totally valid. It's very important to coding best practices. Finished, not perfect. That's my snooty architect voice. But no, it's legit. It's much more important to have something that you can show and that is finished and is working than having the best looking thing right off the bat. Now, ask me if I'm ever able to do that in real life. and not just fret over perfectionist. I'm trying to make sure every pixel is perfect. That's a whole nother story. This beer is awful.
Is it?
I don't know if, well, honestly, oh, my husband's already reaching for it. It doesn't taste bad. It's like the least awful beer that I've had, but it's not like the summer shandies or Kugels that are just like lemonade.
Oh yeah, those are crazy. Too
It
dangerous.
tastes like an actual beer. It's kind of weird.
So I got a few things set up. We're going to go and drop some more components in. I've got like a heading right here, and I created some containers in some different rows, and I'm throwing an avatar in. But I mean, at this point, I'm going to go ahead and start, like, I'm going to set up a data resource. I want to throw some like headings and some stylized text in, but I want to go ahead and get the data linked up so we know what we're working with. And that way I don't put all this stuff in and my data doesn't work and I have to go back and figure out why. So I'm going to go
Work
ahead.
on the data things. I got you on the pretty things.
All right.
I'm going in.
I'm zoomed in. So if it looks weird to you guys, I'm sorry. But I'm going to data resources and global. And because we have to zoom in for the recording. And I'm going to do a glide record query as my data resource because I'm only fetching one record. And I might have to zoom out real quick, and I'm sorry. Just to get this going. Last time we did an EVAM data resource, but this time we're just going to do a glide record query, and I'll zoom back in when I'm done.
And actually, okay. I think it looks okay right now.
Okay.
Without you being zoomed in, we can still see things clearly.
Okay. You guys just tell me. All right. So basically, since we're passing the SysID from the home page into this page, and we're going to get it up here. Basically, our data resource is now just going to fetch that glide record. We're only fetching one because you're clicking on like one card at a time. So we don't have to do all this crazy stuff with it. And I want it to go to the dev MVP table. And now what we're going to do is look for, let's see, context.props.sysID. Basically, we want to get the sysID from up here. Let's see if that, here we go, cool. And let's get the fields that we want from here as well. Name.
Oh, I have another coding best practice. Before you go in and try to work in UI Builder, make sure you're in the correct scoped application. That will definitely help you out.
Yes, it will. I was doing that last time because I was showing like the team contacts app and I was all over the place and I had to go back and fix it, but
I totally feel you.
Okay, what else we got? I mean, social media. So one thing that's interesting, I'm not seeing here, which might throw a little wrench into my photo plans, but we'll see. So what I did on the table is I referenced the user table by name, and I was planning on grabbing name.photo, and I don't see that as an option here. I'm not sure if we can .walk here. We'll see what we can do. We might not be grabbing the photo from here. I might have to do a little bit more digging, but we'll see where it goes. I'm just going to name this real quick. That's a good question that I have not come across, is can you .walk in these fields that you're grabbing?
Let's see if anybody in the chat can beat me in my Google Foo. Bill comments, do you need a custom GraphQL API to .walk?
Yeah, do you? I don't know.
Oh, no. I was hoping you knew what the smart words meant.
On here with this. Okay. I was wondering why I wasn't saving my my contact. So I was trying to type it in. I'm going to hit data here and it's going to give me what I need. Okay.
Nice.
Cool. Yay. Now maybe I can get my fields. Let's see. No, still not there. Okay. Well, we'll see where it goes. Okay. So let's see, let's try this out. Let's go ahead and put in a stylized text here. Let's see if we can grab our data and just at least do one before we start going crazy and trying to fill everything out, make it look pretty. What we want to do, let's see. We want the text to be the user's name. And
Brad suggests we do another data resource in order to get the dog walked fields.
Okay.
Now, intern Brad Tiltoon, what exactly is a dog walking field? He spelled it D-O-G as in Gabby.
Okay. So playing around with this stuff previously, like from my blog and everything, I know that I'm going to try doing a scripted property value here. And I know I need to grab a few things. And I know that I need to kind of I need to walk down kind of this tree when I do it. So let's see if I can put this in correctly. Okay. David. And I do want to call, so you see, I named it MVP object as far as my data resource, and it sees it there. You need to kind of make sure that you do grab what you called your data resource. Let's see. And I'm listening if you guys know what that, like, if you have
I'm so sorry, Ashley. The chat has now devolved into talking about dog walking and about how fields. I asked if you have to go outside in order to use the dog walked fields, because that's not ServiceNow best practice, going outside. And then our intern Brad Tiltoon states they are outdoor only, but indoor is on the roadmap. I'm so sorry we're not being helpful.
Oh no, it's all good. It's all good. You know, it's fine. So I was able to grab my data. So I'm going to try with the photo. I'm going to see what's going on with the photo, but what you guys can see, just so I can show you, because I kind of just typed this in when everyone was talking. And I'll kind of go back and show you guys. So I'm calling API.data. You know, what I named my data resource object, output, blah, 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 blah. As you guys can see, and I'll kind of show you. So, you know, API.data dot my object here dot output dot data dot glide record query dot my table, you know, now the field I want to call and display value. So when you look at that long script that I put in, and it's not really long, but if you're trying to figure out where it all kind of connects to, that just, you know, API.data dot start walking down the tree here, just to kind of tell you guys, because I'm going to be doing that for a lot of these fields. I'm going to be doing a lot of the same thing, basically just trying to grab stuff. So just so you guys know, feel free to keep talking about dogs or I'm gonna try with this photo. I'm gonna see what's up. Let me see what I can do. I probably should have copied that. Let me do that so I don't have to type this in from scratch every time. I'm just gonna copy the entire thing. Bloop. I wonder, dot photo. I don't know if it will work with display value.
There it is. We finally found our dog walked.
They named that photo. Yeah, I don't know about the photo. I might have to come back to that one. we might have to get a different data resource on that one later on, but we'll kind of move on for now. If we have time, we'll go back there. So I'm going to go ahead and just start getting some of our data put in so we can kind of move forward.
I'm trying to take a look at that here in the background as well. I actually, I asked earlier in the chat if y'all had been messing around with UI Builder, and if you could tell us any fun stories. But I actually haven't touched UI Builder whatsoever. I've been super busy, fortunately and unfortunately. But I haven't gotten to do anything fun, so I'm enjoying poking around right now. And if you guys see my my special data resource, you guys will love the title once Ashley navigates back in there.
What, your special, did you create one in here?
Yeah, I guess I didn't hit save.
Let me save mine real quick. Let me save my stuff real quick.
You're gonna.
All right. Let's see what I got here. Is this my? Sorry, guys. I'm trying to figure out where all of my stuff's at, like all my containers and stuff. I'm not naming these right now because that would take forever, but that's kind of like you should probably name these kind of thing, because as you can see, there's a lot, like it sprawls.
It looks like we have an echo in the house. If our intern Brad Tiltoon could please take a look at that. You know, you just can't get good help nowadays. So unfortunate. This is going to reflect poorly on his performance review. I'll have everyone know.
So just, this isn't the most riveting part of the coding happy hour. I'm just creating a bunch of headings and kind of getting our stuff set up here. And then I'm going to plug our data into it, and then we'll try to get that photo in there. But, like a lot of this is just going through and kind of getting it all set up. I'm going to add one more container down here for bio.
Oh, it looks like Phil was just trying to get our intern in trouble. There is no echo in the house. Foul play. Ouch. I guess I have to issue an apology to our intern, but they're just interns.
So next up, I'm just gonna, so I got my headings in here. We're kind of what the data is. I'm going to put some stylized text underneath those in the same container. And I know it looks crazy right now, but I'm going to grab kind of that same data like I did for the name. So we're just going to kind of go through and walk through all the fields here. And I do have a screenshot on another screen of my field names because there's no way I can remember these. So I'm just going to be putting these in. So if you guys just see me kind of doing the same thing over and over again, that's what I'm doing. So I'm just going to get our fun fact. And also I'm going to put this unknown in. So you can kind of put a placeholder in. Let's say it doesn't return any data, then it will return unknown, which is nice. That way you have something. It's not just blank.
No, you're good, Phil. You don't have to leave. I think I was about to say some joke, but then Chris in the chat says, is this a live plant chat? And I don't think there's been a live plant in my house in months because I just forgot to water them and then they all die. How about you, Ashley? Are you able to keep plants?
I have tons of plants. I've had a plant. I have a little nerve plant in here. It doesn't look the best, but I've had it since 2019, December 2019. I've kept it alive. I think that is
amazing.
I know.
I'm so jealous. We have a plant in the chat. Now, sorry if I butcher this name. Andreo Barney. It seems like our Andreo Barney, our intern's friend, is in the chat, and he is a plant. Speaking of Paige, she is doing like grown-up parent things and being awesome at it. Casey really wants me to plug in the womennow.dev blog featuring and highlighting female identifying developers and our allies. But I would like Casey to know that I will plug womennow.dev at the end of the show where the plugs belong, womennow.dev. Yeah, it's just distracting me. I'm trying to help you out over here with the images thing. Our Brad Tiltoon says, for the image thing, I think if you use a GR data resource on the user field, then you can just plug in whatever value it returns to the image property on the avatar component.
Okay. All right, let me plug this in and then we can try that out.
Totally.
So you guys see, I'm just grabbing all that data from the scripted property values, which is nice. I'm just going through, trying to make it look nice. So up here at text. And once you get it once, if you don't forget what field you were on, what was that? Social media. Then it's just plug and play, really.
Oh, he meant the user table. So let me grab the user table instead of the dev MVP table.
Yeah. Looks like I'm gonna have to do some like stylizing on this too. It looks kind of messy right now. I'll try to clean it up, guys.
You're good. I don't think anybody's gonna say anything to you about how this looks. They'll have to answer to me and then our interns and then your plants.
That's right. And my dog's here too. She's being quiet. She's
and your dog too.
That's right.
Oh, cool. So I've got the avatar being returned, but now I'm sure there's a data pill picker so I can get the current dev MVP here. This ID. I think I made a thing, but I don't know how to use it.
Okay, let me see.
Oh,
I don't see your thing.
Because I'm looking at the same page that you are.
I think I know what you're talking about, though. Are you in the info page or the landing page?
MVP info page.
Okay. I don't know. It's weird. Let me just do a little refresh. I've saved. Let me just see. Let me get my little doc out of here.
I broke everything. Well, I just saved over all the stuff she did. The thing is blank. Oh my gosh.
It's okay. It's okay. Well, let's do the photo first. Let's do the photo first. It's all good. That only took me a couple of minutes. If we don't get through the survey today, it's all good.
So ignore the dog getting off the leash. That seems that way.
I think I used photo in the EVAM. I'm gonna throw photo in here too, just to see which one we need. But this is it. This is what I needed. This is what our intern was talking about. Our intern was helpful. Wow, our intern was helpful.
Our intern says we can recover.
Okay, let's try. Oh, well, let me figure out what we call this. Let me name this Get. Let's do photo, or I'll do user off. And let me save that.
Yeah, I really did not expect it to override, but I should have known.
It's all good. It wouldn't be live if things didn't happen, right?
I know, right?
All good.
Let's see.
user opt, if I could
Yeah,
spell.
version.
And then it's this user. And I want to try photo. And
Thank you, Brad. So, oh, let me find it first because I thought I found it, but I didn't find it.
hold on. Okay. Oh, it's not returning. Okay, that's okay. We will, I think we got that. I think we're right. Let me just try one more thing and then I'm just gonna like try it out real quick. I think we're good though. I think that's calling it.
So I think YouTube chat just killed my Chrome. That's hilarious. Hopefully nobody starts spamming emojis or anything. Let's see. Okay, everything's back now. Let's try that again.
All right. Boop.
Info page templates.
Boop. Okay. See, this is what happens when Paige and Nia aren't here.
Seriously. I'm sure Paige would have stopped me from just breaking everything.
All right, let's just click on this and see if it's doing what we need. No, okay.
Nope.
Oh, wait. Let me go back. Yep, okay.
Okay, so I found the table. Brad Tiltoon directed us to sys_ux_macroponent, which is where these pages are saved. And I added the related list for the versions. So I'm going to, whenever you're ready, revert the page back to the version that you last saved.
Yeah, go for it. Because we can just put your data resource back in. Yeah, go for it. And we'll see what happens.
Yeah, the data resource should be different, ideally, or separate. It shouldn't be tied to the page. So let me revert.
Yeah, let's try that out. I'd like to actually see what happens in UI Builder when you do that. When you have like a oh crap moment, you know, like.
Oh yes.
I never even thought about, you know, I never like you're in this drag and drop interface and you're like, oh, now I gotta, you know, I never even thought about just reverting the file back and seeing what happens. So let's give it a whirl.
If this works, it'll officially be better than Service Portal. And I'll eat all my words. Go ahead and refresh.
All right, let's see what happens here.
No matter how much I love Page Designer, it hates me.
Yep, cool. Hey, that's fun. All right.
Look at that. I'm glad I didn't fire the intern. Thank you.
I'm going to go ahead and add that data resource that you were using in here real quick. Something went
Interesting
wrong.
that it also reverted the data resource. So I guess that does get saved there. Good to know.
Yeah, I think it's been a while since I've poked in there, but I think it's all like tied with JSON in there. Like if you look at those pages,
JSON.
it's like it's
oh,
it's
hang on. You know what that means though? Let me grab the JSON. Nope, we're breaking everything.
No, I'm here. I got it. I'm clicking save.
Okay, you know what? It gets rid of the one that I forgot to delete, so we're good.
Okay.
But that's good to know, though, that it's all just JSON and I can copy and paste things once I break everything. That's exciting.
Yes, you can. I've gone in playing with with filters. And I've gone in there and I have broken my system. I have broken Dashboard Builder to the point where I've had to Z-boot my PDI because I was probably going in things. I was definitely going in and doing things that weren't supported. But you know,
That's how you know you succeeded, though. That's what sets a dev MVP apart from anybody else. You know, if you want to be a dev MVP next year, y'all, you just got to break your stuff to the point where you got to Z-boot your PDI. That should be part of the entry requirement.
All right, I got it in here. We're pointing to the user table and we're getting the SysID and we're going to return photo and avatar and see what we get here. And we're going to put it as an image source. And there might be a different way from these scripted property values. Honestly, you know, I was just poking around at what was in the team contact stuff when I was like thinking about how this is done. And just kind of did what they did, but I'm not saying it's the only way. There might be different ways and easier ways to do this, but this is just what I've seen for now in my experience of using this so far. So,
but you're getting it done, and I think that's the important thing.
That's right. It's going to work. It may be
my gosh, it's gonna work.
All right, let's take this. Let's give it a whirl. Let's see what happens. I don't got anything yet. It's okay though. I want to see if this is hooked up because it should be taking us there, and I don't think it is, and that's gonna be important. Why isn't it?
That's hilarious. I could almost imagine you giving these requirements to a developer of page, and then page that happens when you open it. But in the acceptance requirement, you only put the information for the info page. You don't put that it has to click over.
Yeah, you know, that would be, I would love to see what the requirements are for this. I really would.
So Phil wants to know, and I do too, how were you able to get the avatars on the main page, but not on the info page? Is there a difference?
So in the EVAM data resource, you can actually .walk. You can just select that field. And so we're using that EVAM data resource, and maybe we'll just a .walk in there. So that's a good question. That is like interesting to see how kind of some data resources work versus others. Because yeah, this is all coming from that.
And we can't reuse that?
So that's a good question. You know, from my understanding, you use the EVAM data resources for things like these data sets. There may be some other uses for it too, but like we're not trying to get multiple records on our info page. We're only trying to get one record. So it kind of made more sense to me to do that one glide record query, but hey, maybe we could use it. I don't know. That's a good, you know, it's a good question. Maybe there's a better one we could use. Not really sure.
Good point though. Thank you. That's good info to share.
Yeah, so I'm just trying to figure out, I'm just kind of going through the events right here, guys, and trying to see why when I click on it, it's not going where I need to go before I start throwing all this information in. So let's see. Okay. Let me just click out here. Nope. Is developers tool telling me anything? No. Okay. If anybody's seeing something I don't see. Please let me know.
Bill and I are philosophizing on multiple records versus single records. And I'm advising the chat to bring out your tinfoil hats so we can properly figure out why we can't get images or dot walk through glide record data source, but we can through the EVAM. Hey, Gay, nothing helpful yet.
Okay.
I'm also poking around here in the background.
Well, I'm poking around at getting this to work. So, I don't know. Maybe it's something I have to go set up my EVAM that I missed last time. Let me just check one more thing. Let me.
So, Bill, we're currently trying to figure out why when we click on a tile on the main MVP directory page, why it won't bring up the pop-up of the info page. That's the current thing, because
I'm just going to try this out. Okay, so that data resource did work.
Nice.
When I plug it in like manually, so we're still figuring that out, but I thought I put a name here. It's okay. Okay.
So are you trying to get to navigate to a page and not pop up a modal?
Yeah, so basically if you click one of these cards, it should open into the info page. And I think I'm just missing something here. I know I am. Trying to figure out what it is, because I thought I had all the events set up. But
where can I throw in the a HTML tag? Let me just make it a link. What events are on the EVAM from the source page? Phil asks.
yeah, let's go back to the EVAM definition and see what's up. Let me find the right one. Okay. It's been a little bit since I did this, guys. It's like been how many weeks? So give me just a second to remember what we did. Oh, I'm clicking on the application derp. Okay. Okay.
Brad and Phil say, go back to your landing page and UI Builder.
Okay.
From the what events are on the EVAM from the source page?
So on the EVAM itself, so on the component itself, nothing. So I wonder if I need to do something with this button clicked right here.
Yeah, so I am you saw it for a second. I don't know why it didn't pop up. I'm messing around there as well, but apparently Phil says we want item clicked.
Item clicked, okay. Just a second here. I'm just kind of going back through what we did last time and just taking a look and seeing.
Oh. Oh. Oh, hey. I wonder if this would work. Let me refresh to make sure I don't overwrite anything you just did.
Go for it.
Um,
Hold on.
item click. There's one that says link to destination.
Yeah, I got that. I got it linked to the info page. I'm just taking a look at something. Okay, here we go.
Can
Yeah,
you try clicking on the thing again?
which one?
Refresh the page of wherever you're testing it at.
Okay, thank you.
I broke something.
It's all good.
Great.
What did you do?
If you go to events,
Okay.
click on item clicked, and you don't see it.
Yeah, let me refresh the UI builder.
It might be, did you have something on the very first one called Open MVP Home?
Yeah, I had open MVP as my event handler, which
On
should
the,
be which should tie clicking that card over to the info page. I see it here.
because I thought that I added it up under button clicked,
Mhm.
so I removed it, but I wonder if that's something that you had added.
I don't know. Here, let me remove this real quick. So let's see. And it's all good. This is the fun of UI builder, guys. It's like trying to tie all this stuff together. So
What's the difference between setting up an event on the body versus the data set?
I'm going to jump in.
okay.
If you on that config panel at the very bottom, it says back on your evam. Sorry, I meant the evam component. Its properties. If you go all the way down to the bottom, there's that can scroll all the way down, configure declarative.
Oh,
So
okay.
the selected component has no configurable events. That means there probably is something going on with either the evam or the page doesn't have the page property set up correctly. But I think it would tell you if it was the page property.
Okay.
But that link, it's totally different than any of the other components, but that's how you do the clicking in the evam.
That makes sense. That was the part that I missed. I knew there was like something. Let's get that working. I know we don't have a lot of time left. So I think we're going to have part 3 of this, but let me.
Good job, guys. I broke everything. So we
Can
can
you
have a part 3.
Can you work your version magic real quick? Because I'm trying to.
Will.
Okay, we're trying to get that the data resource back.
Sounds good.
This is all good stuff. Like we're, going through and poking around and figuring out where to put things.
Refresh, please.
Yes.
I know, Earl. I had like a frog in my throat, I think is how the saying goes. And my voice kind of went really deep for a second. Sorry about that. I'll make sure to clear my throat better next time.
Let's see what we got going on here. Nope. Okay. Doesn't look like it put our data resource back, which is okay. Let's see if I can just pop it back in here.
Interesting.
EVM data resource. Boop.
Lisa, in the chat would like to state, revert magic is awesome, and I agree. Literally, the only reason I am able to do anything in any of my jobs, whether it's art or graphic design, is because of Control Z. I literally couldn't exist without it. So as Ashley works hard to recover us and bring us back to a state that actually worked, I'm gonna go ahead and start closing us out. I would like to, so we have to rate our drinks from 0 to 5 in 0.25 increments. And I think this beer, the whatever that I had, something or another, a normal beer drinker, 0 to 5.
Okay.
He gives it a 3. I give it a 0.25.
Well, here I'm gonna stop sharing. So I think we're gonna need a part 3 on this one.
Part 3.
You know, actually, you know, I know we have Rome stuff coming up, and we'll see when we do part 3. It'd be really cool if we could do part 3 in a Rome instance. We'll see what happens and see what's different and stuff.
Cough.
It's all good. You guys, you know, that was UI Builder is new. There's a lot of stuff going on. You can revert stuff, which is great. We'll get it figured out next time. It's all good. We kind of know what we were missing and what we're doing. You guys kind of saw how to hook up data, but for my beer, I really like it. It's hoppy. You know, I wasn't really enjoying hoppy beers for a while, and then I started drinking this, and they just got the hop ratio and everything right. So I'm gonna give it a 5. I think it's really good.
A 5 out of 5?
Yeah, just because it's just like really easy drinking. The hops aren't too much. You know, like some beers, the hops are so astringent. You're like after you drink it, like it's not like that. So I think it's pretty good.
Thank you so much for your rating then. Do you want to tell people where we can find you on the internet?
Yeah, so I do have my blog out there, and I'm trying to keep up with it. You know, bi-weekly or when I can. It's ashleysn.com, and you know, I'm trying to do a little bit of everything on there, like not just UI Builder. So really just whatever's interesting and I think it's interesting, and I hope you guys find it interesting as well.
I find it interesting. You can find me on womennow.dev. It's a place meant to highlight female identifying developers of all types in our allies. I say you'll tend to find me there because I mostly only post when I joke with Earl that he's our quote unquote manager, because he'll be like, hey, you haven't had anything for a month. Where are you? So shout out to Earl for keeping us out there. And I guess, is there any last thing that you want to mention before I awkwardly close us out?
No, I think we're all good. We'll come back. We'll do part 3. We'll get this. It was fun though. I had fun. It's fun breaking stuff and trying to unbreak it. That's the really fun part about it. That's how you really learn. So.
And I appreciate you being so gracious as I just poked around and broke everything. Well, everyone, thank you all so much for coming in and tuning into Lady Coding Happy Hour 2. Make sure that you like, subscribe, donate blood, adopt a pet, and all the social media stuff that you need to do in order to get a part 3. Goodbye.
Bye, guys.